I need to get my signage in the view here. It's good to see everybody in here. Listen, I really can't be on long. Y'all know how I go on and on, but I really can't be on because I'm here handling business. So, let me see if I can see the chat. I don't even have my right tripod or nothing. So I'm working things out here. As y'all can see, the new sign in the back, let me see if you can see it. The penitentiary is finally official. So let me see. How you doing, Happy Max, Sadie V, Game Nerd, Mom? You see the sign? I don't know if y'all can see it, or is it backwards or what, but yeah, I got it going on. Hey, Ivory, how you doing? Hey, piece of work. Let me see. Hey, Chuck makes a buck. Your name is dope. Hey, Q Dub. Hey, Inna Stanley, Belinda, Unbiased LLC. What's going on? Ain't looking fly. Just got some buttons today. Just put on some buttons. Hey, Motivation. What's going on, brother? Oh, Jay the Motivator. Oh, you done changed it again. Jay the Motivator. All right, brother. All right. T said, like the sign. No one could read it before you zoomed in. I wanted you to see it. I needed you to see it. That's the new logo for my birds. And the warden is in there. I finally heard him crowing, so he ain't identifying, as anything else but a rooster. Say I need 3 more of them cages. You know what? I want at least 2 more. I got 3 and I want 2 more because I'm going to have a whole chicken operation once we're here permanently. The only reason I don't have it, booming right now is because, I'm here right now with all the business that we're handling. I haven't been out at Freedom Acres in a while. Number one, I don't like recording it much no more. That's for a whole nother reason. But for the most, is I come out here and I handle some business and I stay a day or two and I have to drive all the way back home. The thing is, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff about to happen to Freedom Acres. A lot of stuff. So I'm not gonna be telling people how to buy land, all that stuff, all that. I'm done with that. But I will bring you along on the journey with me, like I said before. Okay. So that's definite. How you doing traveling through? Nacha Kemp, how you doing? TLC in the garden, what's going on? Callie Homesteading with Pooh Bear, what's up, my sister? What's going on with you? What's up? Matter of fact, you may need to holler at me, Pooh Bear. Hey, she is Sunshine. Guava Dave Busby, how we doing? Listen, I put out a video earlier today from a video. Somebody asked me why hadn't I been putting out product reviews. That's a whole nother situation that I'll tell y'all about later. But listen, I put out a video earlier about being so frugal. Being so frugal, you be foolish. Okay, it's a thin line between being frugal and foolish. How many people watch that? I didn't really want it to go on that long. I think it's almost 30 minutes long. But listen, I had a lot to say. And I didn't want to go live at the time. I just truly had to get it off my chest. And I did that. Hey, J3GS Farms, what's going on, brother? Man, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. So, definitely, I had to get that out. And now I want to talk about it. I got a few things to say. J3GS, you saw it, bro. I know I sounded kind of angry. I didn't sound angry. I sounded frustrated, in my own opinion, because I was frustrated. Hey, my car runneth over. What's up, little sister? I was frustrated from when you finally talk to somebody and tell me, has this ever happened to you? Have you ever talked to somebody that's asking you for good advice, right? And you give them the best advice that you possibly can because they made it their purpose to reach out to you to pick your brain for your knowledge of things that you have already done. Not things you read about, not things you heard about. The warden trying to get him a little something from one of the guards. So, but you reach out to try to get knowledge from a person that knows, that has been there, that is doing it. Number one, I'm gonna say this: when you reach out to a person that's super busy, that's really out there living life, and they got things going on, if they take a moment, because you kept, I ain't gonna call it you've been bugging them. I ain't gonna say you've been bugging them trying to pick their brain. I'm not gonna call it bugging, but you've been persistent. You've been persistent on trying to get knowledge from a person. And when they finally say, look, I'm gonna actually take some time out of my day, and I'm not gonna do a YouTube video about it. I'm not gonna do a social media platform thing about it. I'm gonna give this to you right now. I'm about to spit this at you right now. So we both make time, and I'm going to give you and tell you everything I know. And then that person takes every word you said, takes it, balls it up, throws it in the garbage, do things their way, and turn around and blame you when their thing don't go right. Y'all know this happened. We all got kids. Our kids have done this, but your friends have done this. Your buddies at work have done this. People that you trying to work with, they see you moving. They see how you move. Whether it's gardening, it's homesteading, it don't matter. They see you're being successful at whatever it is that you're doing. So they really, really want to know. And after a while, you're like, this person they ain't full of crap. They really wanna, they really truly are interested in this lifestyle. Unbiased LLC is as busy as you are, and I know how hard it is to actually teach somebody how to sew. Unbiased LLC. Can you imagine if you just told somebody they I know how long it takes you to sew one of those projects together that you make. Can you imagine if you showed somebody everything you learned and you know from years of experience, they turned around and made a handbag upside down, half-ass backwards, and then when people start laughing at them, they said, well, Unbiased LLC told me how to make it like this, and I knew it wasn't gonna work. That ain't how the hell Unbiased LLC told you how to make that handbag. That don't lie on her like that, right? When it happens to you personally, you feel like, I don't know whether to choke you out, you know? I don't even know how to talk to you about this situation because I'm halfway hurt that you went out there and you tried to put that crap that you tried to put out there and blame that on me because your junk didn't work right. I didn't say do that. Again, I told y'all, I got a pet peeve. I got something that will drive me mad. You want to piss me off? Play with words. Take the words that I've spoken, switch them up, take one word out, add one word, take a syllable out, add one letter. If you do that to me, I will never, ever, listen to me. It's a lot of stuff that I'll be forgiving because I don't really care. But if you come to me and switch my words up, to make it sound like something I did not say. Lord is my witness, I will never talk to you again. I have patience for everything on this planet, but that's one of the things I won't do. You're not going to take what I said or take what I've done or accomplished, twist a few words around and make it sound like I did something else. And then when it fails for you, I'm to blame? Nope. If we have a conversation and you switch the words around that I said, to try to make me out to be some kind of jackass or make me to be the one that's wrong or to put me at fault for something you did, I will never speak your name again. I can forgive all kind of stuff. And I have, and I do. But there's certain things, man, I don't play with. You know, that lying shit, that right there, stay away from me. Stay away from me when it comes to that. Because lying ain't nothing but the manipulation of words. So I'm not going to talk about it on a personal level, but I'm going to, as personal as I wanted to talk about it, this is about as far as personal as I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to say no names or nothing like that, okay? And it ain't got nothing to do with nobody on YouTube. So before y'all go to starting some fake ass YouTube beefs, it ain't got nothing to do with people on YouTube. This is in my personal life. So I'm going to say this. You can tell somebody, this is how you do something. And they will have the money to do it. Okay, let's talk about it. Buying land. You tell somebody how to buy the land and how you did it, how you pulled it off. You told them all of your, you know what, Felicia? I can even deal with stealing. Believe it or not, I can kind of lightweight forgive that. But that lying stuff, that I draw the line at that. I draw the line. Okay. But I lost my train of thought with that one because that's how bad it do me. But anyway, you teaching somebody something, you giving somebody something. They got all the money in the world. And y'all know people like this. And I've seen people like this, especially over this past 2 weeks. You will have the money to purchase your land or your home. I don't know what's wrong with us. Hold on a second. I got a little something for this. Okay, I had to grab something. I know times are lean. Who is curious me said my husband does that to me all the time among bigger serious issues. I'm so tired of it. Instead of accepting my reasons for becoming distant, he blames me for things that I'm not doing or wouldn't. See what I'm saying? That's narcissism too. They don't accept. They can't accept the truth. And it's not always pretty. That's a whole nother situation, but I'm talk this. We will nickel and dime ourselves to death. I don't know why we do this. I don't know what the fascination is with it. I know times is tough. We're pulling things together. We're trying to square away as many dimes and nickels as we can. But family, I'm here to tell you I've been from the bottom and I've been at the top, back down to the bottom, back down to the top, and to where I am today. Countless times. I've been poor, I've been rich, and I've been poor again. But after a while with that roller coaster, you start finding yourself somewhere in that middle ground where you learn, like, don't do that stupid mess again. Okay? Some people can penny pinch so bad, it drives me crazy. Listen, I understand trying to save money. I understand trying to be frugal. I understand everybody ain't got it like that. I get it. Okay? I'm one of them. Keeping it true to God. I'm one of them. But family, you will lose. You will lose if you Okay, I'm gonna spit some real numbers. I'm gonna spit some real numbers here, okay? Somebody wanted this piece of land, and the land is $80,000. Listen to me. The land is 80,000. The land, I don't even remember how many acres it was. I don't even remember how many acres it was. And I'm not going to tell you where it's at, but it's in a wonderful place. It's a lot of acres, and it's $80,000. With the prices of land going up every day, and that's something else we're going to talk about, trying to find a nice, good, flat piece of land in a nice place that ain't a swamp is hard to deal. That's hard to find these days for 80 grand too. Okay. Why the hell would you have your budget and you have cash money? Cash money. You have, look, the place has a little structure on it. It has a pond on it. It has a sewer and a well already on it. It has everything that you're going to turn around and spend another 30,000 on. Listen to me close. You're going to turn around as soon as you buy the land, like I have to do, right? Because I don't have a well set in. I don't have my septic set in or nothing. That's money that got to come out of my pocket after I bought the land. Now imagine this. This person has it's a small pond, but it's a pond nevertheless. It's a pond on the land. The pond is about the size. I'm gonna even tell you how big the pond is. The pond is about the size of two of these tents right here, right? So it's about 40 to 50 feet across. It's like 40 or 50. It's like a retaining style pond, but it's not for retaining water. It is an actual pond. It's just a small pond, okay? I just wanted to get your head in the mindset that you ain't about to put no boat in this thing. But you can put fish in there. You can feed livestock. I believe that's what it used to be, like a livestock pond. Nevertheless, you have all the things that you're ready to spend more money on. A septic tank, a well, a pond. You understand? You have a lot of clearings on the land, so you don't have to immediately clear the land right off the bat. It ain't got this much clearing, but I think it's like a quarter of an acre already cleared. You know what I'm saying? It has a little structure on it. Yeah, the house is in bad shape, but it's still there for you to be like, maybe I do want to try to put it back together, right? Maybe I got the juice to put it back together. With all that said, why would you have, say you got $150,000 cash money saved up because you finally ready to buy your land? I keep hearing this, but this situation is dire. You got $150,000 cash money saved up from your retirement and all the other stuff you've been doing, and you sold off a few things. $150,000 cash. These people want $80,000 for this huge plot of land. It's the kind of land that people like me and y'all dream of. Okay? I'm just gonna tell you that. Nussle, it's not, nobody lives close to them. See, even I have neighbors, they're not right on top of me, but even I have neighbors, okay? This don't have no neighbors, nothing, but not too far out. You can drive up and you can get to a hospital, or you can get to some stores and stuff. Just say you gotta go about 30 miles or so. What's up, B Rich? Thank you, brother, thank you. But this person was like, they in love with the land. Now, I'm in love with the land. I helped them find the land. I'm in love with it. I want to act on it. But see, I'm not that kind of friend. I'm not that kind of friend that, man, I found something nice for you, but if you ain't going to get it, I'm going to go ahead and snatch it up. We all got friends like that, right? We all got friends that's trying to do you a solid, like they trying to hook you up with this girl. Like, oh man, she cool, man, she real slick. And once you start thinking about it, yeah, she real slick. But you gonna like her though. Man, she got a nice one on her, but you gonna like her though. That kind of friend, right? They do the same thing when they trying to hook you up with a favor, a job, land, a house, whatever. It don't change. So what ends up happening is you got this friend, you hook them up. They got 150,000. And you say, listen, is you sure you want this? Cause man, this the bomb, right? Now this is me. I mean, this the bomb. This y'all gonna love this. You think they'll take like $2,000 less? Why is you asking me something that stupid? Now let's look at the demographic, everybody. Let's look at the demographic here. Let's look at the truth. In today's market, I don't care where you are. I don't care if it's a swamp full of vampires, okay? $80,000 right now, ain't gonna get you much of nothing. 80 grand ain't gonna get you much of nothing but that swamp of vampires, okay? So, you mean to tell me we found a diamond in the rough? Like I did here. It is possible. It is possible, family. I did it here. It's possible. We found a diamond in the rough. And you about to try to beat these people over the head for $2,000? I mean, just see, we could just see, ask the realtor, see if they'll take that. Man, look, don't do that. Don't do that. But remember when you were saying try to get the best price? Yeah. And this is what I'm telling y'all. It's times where there's a time and a damn place for everything, and being frugal is one of those. There's a time and a place to be frugal. You understand? And this was my whole gripe on my other video. I know people that go shop and go get those Louis Vuitton purses, Gucci purses, Louis Vuitton purses, all those name brand purses. They don't go in the Louis Vuitton or the Gucci store and say, hey, can you knock off $50? Like Chris Rock on I'ma Get You Sucker. Give me one rib. We be one ribbing everybody, man. You want to know why that was so funny in back in the day, that movie? The reason why that movie was so funny, and we could all relate to that one rib. Give me one rib. We could all relate to that because we all know people like that. That's what made Chris Rock famous. But listen, think about it. Chris Rock was funny back in the day. He wasn't that damn funny. That one rib sent him off into the moon. Let's keep it real. That's what really skyrocketed Chris Rock's career was, give me one rib. Forget everything else he said and everything else he did. To this very day, y'all even know what I'm talking about. You can't remember half of Chris Rock's joke, but you know about one rib, right? The reason that blew him up and skyrocketed his career is because our folks know what kind of people those are. We all know them, and you'll never get away from them. They will never stop existing. The one ribbers, man. You know the one, they call that one group of folks the 1%ers and stuff. What about the one ribbers? One ribbers, man. No matter what you give them, no matter what great deal you find them, no matter what miraculous, wonderful, straight from the heavens blessing falls in their lap, just give me one rib. Man, I will never understand, man. I will never, ever understand. Like, you are going to, everybody in America is looking for this land. Not just there. Everybody in America just ain't looking for land. Everybody in America is looking for this land right here. This has everything that we have all been wanting. This piece right here. You got the acreage. You got the pond. You got the septic and the sewer and the trees and the trails and the clearing. And a little raggedy building. But you want to one rib them. Just see if they'll take it For what? My question to you, when y'all go in these stores and stuff and y'all trying to nickel and dime somebody to death, why are you still trying to save 50 cents on a $500 item? Why are you still doing that? What that does to an actual person that's selling it, like, look, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me. I'm on my land, Shannon. Get away from me. That's what, when people talk to me like that, like I done broke this down, rock bottom basement, you still trying to take what about 50 cents? You take about 50 more cents off? We have become we have a pawn shop mentality. Now, mind you, some things are negotiable at certain times in certain places, like a freaking pawn shop, a swap meet. You can't go, and you think you're negotiating prices when you go in a car sales lot. That price is already, they already got that thing, that price strung up about $40,000 higher than it's supposed to be. So you think you got a deal because you think you talked the salesman down $5,000 for that car. Actually, he still got your ass on the hook for an extra $25,000. You don't even know it. We so prone to keep trying to get that deal that we miss out. We do that in love, life, and relationship. You will have somebody lonely and looking for a good man or looking for that good woman. But it's one thing out of all the great things, you introduce them to this person and they fall in love with this person. And they got one pet peeve they don't want. Look at his shoes though. What's wrong with his shoes? I mean, I don't want no man to just, this is his style with these kind of shoes he just be wearing out in public. But then her lonely ass will be sitting here screaming about men ain't ish. Men ain't this, men ain't that. Then you have a brother the same way. Like, man, you smell her breath though? She fine as hell, but boy, woo! She need to go and get that wisdom tooth pulled out. Ain't nothing left of that wisdom tooth. It done rotted out. Boy, that thing rotten like a tomato. Somebody need to just put their foot on her forehead and pull that tooth out with a pair of channel locks. Cause whoa, man, she fine. She ain't got no kids. Good job. Man, oh, ain't never been married. Oh, she beautiful. But that breath. His lonely ass. Like he ain't got no problems. He missing this side of his teeth. You know what I'm saying? All of these on this side of his whole mouth is missing. So he talk like this. But he talking about her breath. Because instead of him just going through the pain to get his tooth repaired, he just said, man, go and take all them boys out. You know, I don't want my breath stinking. Just go ahead, but sir, this isn't that bad. We can repair this, you know, at low cost. Nah. I know how y'all do stuff. Frugal. Y'all gonna try to charge me an extra $50 per tooth to fix it. Nah, go and just yank them boys out. How much it cost me to yank a tooth out? $20? Man, go and take this whole side off. Go and drop the top on all this. That's how stupid we are. We miss out on love, life, relationships, health, everything for that kind of stuff. Right? We will sit here and give up some of the best things in life over dumb stuff. Trying to penny pinch on love, trying to penny pinch on life, trying to penny pinch on finances, everything. Some stuff Take sacrifice. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Before I bought my land, I was nice. I was financially cool, right? I could do whatever I wanted to do. But I knew this was out of my price range. This was out of my budget. I didn't want to spend this kind of money on my land. But you know good and well when God sends you something, you better look. I'm broke. I'm broke. Because I knew what I had to do. You mean to tell me I'm gonna buy all these acres for this money, all the money I got in my savings? Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. We got to do some stupid stuff. I knew I was gonna be broke. I knew what the repercussions was gonna be later on. I knew what it was. And then I still had to come out of my pocket to go pay for a survey and everything else. The people all over our land like cockroaches, looking at everything that we need and where they gonna put it and everything, right? Inspected, surveyed, everything. All the stuff that needs to be taken off the land, demolished, blah, 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 blah. That came out of my other side of my pocket. Money I don't have. I knew with the investment, I knew what it was going to come from it. Now, imagine this. Let's think realistically. When I bought this land, I told the sellers, well, I didn't tell them nothing. Me and Lady Led discussed, you think we ought to talk them down? I said, hell no. I don't want to tell them nothing. This thing just got on the market. Give them every nickel that they asking for. I was ready for a bidding war. I'm ready because I know somebody gonna see this and want some of this. I know they is. I know they is. So I'm ready for a bidding war with money I ain't even got. But just so luckily, my investment and my word, it was over quick like a Band-Aid, snatching off a Band-Aid. When you buy land cash, ain't no whole long drawn out. The bank is on this side, the lawyers all over the place, and around the round table. I've done this several times, and closing on a house is a nightmare. You're gonna be in there all day. You damn near gotta take a lunch break, just like buying a car. It's no different, but probably worse. But when you buying a land cash, ain't none of that. Matter of fact, you damn near want to just fist bump each other, high five each other. Was like, peace, thank you. Like, damn, that was it? That's easier than going through a Walmart self-check. Right, not a whole bunch of paper to sign, nothing. Everything is boom, 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 boom. You got your lawyer. He already got everything on the books. You look over that real quick and sign it, and it's a wrap. Say why people still asking how to look for land. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not going to get into that part again. But I'm telling you this. I know another reason too. Is because if you know somebody, now listen close to me. Listen close to me. Now, I'm just going to say just a couple of people I know personally, friends of mine. Homestead Heart, Granny Karma. Y'all throw it up if y'all know these YouTube channels. Homestead Heart, and I'm just naming the ones off the top of my head that's close friends of mine. Homestead Heart, Granny Karma. Y'all say their name if you know them. When I say their name, you say their name. Homestead Heart, Granny Karma, Eco Neighbor, and Gigi. Let me think. SEK, that's ESIK. Let me remember, just off the top of my head. SEK, Eco Neighbor, and Gigi. Homestead Heart, Granny Karma. I'm trying to think. Right at the very moment, I can't think of nothing else at the very moment. Thank you for saying their names and representing. Say all their names, please. Oh, I forgot one. Believe it, that they never really show their land. Uh, Cali Homesteading with Pooh Bear. Oh, thank you for that, Semi Davis. Grow Family Network. I told you I never remember that. Remember everybody. These are my friends. Grow Family Network. Remember this. Remember this. Those are people that you can see on YouTube on their land any given day of the week. They are literally living it, and they are literally giving you information on how to do this every freaking day. These are landowners that I know for a fact. Here's the funny part about that. Nobody listens to them. Nobody listens to the people that actually own land. I have showed y'all my old land years ago that I used to own. Nobody still to this day think this is my first rodeo. Okay? Before Easley Island, I had Easley Acres. It was Easley Acres, and then it went to Easley Island. And now we have Freedom Acres. This ain't my first rodeo. Okay? The funny thing to me is when these wonderful people are telling you, Cali Homestead with Pooh Bears right here in the chat. Landowners. I'm talking about acreage. Nobody listens to none of the people that actually owned. I forgot. J3GS Farm. J3GS Farms is a landowner right here in the chat. Nobody listens to the people that's actually living it and know what the hell they're talking about. Nobody. But they'll listen to somebody that talk about how to purchase land, how to own it, where you can own it from, where to buy it, how to buy it, yah, blah, blah. Ain't never seen shit. Never seen nothing. This person could sit in an apartment complex in one room all the time telling you what you need to do, and you don't see them doing nothing. You have never seen them do nothing provable. Remember that word, provable. Because anybody can take pictures from Pinterest. Anybody can take pictures from the internet and tell you, oh yeah, I own that. Oh, that's mine right there. Oh yeah, this is where I got my summer home. Granny Karma in the house. Granny Karma, yep, that's right, Shirley OG. Oh, that's right, Black's Tropical Homestead. They got a home, actual land owner. But nobody ever listens to these people on any of these platforms on the knowledge that they have to get you at a higher level of the game. People are interested in purchasing land, but they'll listen to some idiot sitting in an apartment telling you how to buy land. And they don't own jack. They don't own anything. But they will tell you hand over fist how to purchase land, where to purchase land, the things you should do, the way you should do it. Listen to me. Let's get something right. I'm nobody to tell nobody how to lose weight. Do you understand? Can you understand that? Let's do this right. Let's I want you to do this right, okay? Imagine this, and Hollywood, if you watching, this is my pilot for a brand new show. Imagine you have, say you hire a physical trainer. You this Hollywood star, football athlete, Hollywood star, or you a boxer or something, and then I'm the one about to train you on how to get in shape. I'm the one supposed to tell you what not to eat. Now, Hollywood, if you're watching, this is my pilot for my new show. Okay? You taking all of this information. First thing you do, they introduce you to me. How much am I paying you? Oh yeah, that's, $200,000 a year. I'm gonna be your personal trainer. To train me how to do what? Can I see the paperwork? Okay? So that's the whole thing right there. That's the whole thing I'm talking about right here. That don't make no damn sense. Now do it. Right? Think about it. So why the hell would you listen to somebody that lives in an apartment building in a cubicle tell you how to buy land? Where you should buy your land? How you should get your money. Now, mind you, there are several channels on YouTube. I just named them. We all named them, that are friends of mine, telling you. Eco and Gigi is telling you every week on how to purchase land, things to look out for, things you shouldn't do. And we literally watch their process. We literally watch them from having a jungle to an actual living space. Homestead Heart, we actually, some of us was back there so long, even was helping them on their journey find their doggone place. Remember that? Anybody remember when Homestead Heart and her husband was looking for the actual place, their actual land that they live on now? That's how long I've been around. So, imagine that. But folks will go listen to some idiot that can't, and listen, not only will they not, they can't prove anything. You can't prove nothing you ain't got. You can't prove nothing that you don't have. You could talk till you blue in the MF face. You cannot produce that truth, because there's no such thing. Only a liar. Land liars, I'ma call them. Land liars. Land liars. Lying on the land. Some folks will listen to them all day long. I just don't even understand. I do understand it. I do understand it. Because you could tell anybody that don't know shit anything. You can tell anybody that don't know anything. And they have no choice but to believe you. You can tell anybody that don't know anything. And they'll believe you. So, the whole thing of this video was, number one, we need to do more research. We need to be more realistic when it comes to purchasing land. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to throw this out there. Talk to somebody that's literally living that life. That's literally giving you, showing you everything they're doing. Literally showing you step by step. They're taking you on their journey. You can see, look, you can see their land. They ain't at the park. They ain't at the city park with people jogging behind them and walking dogs. They out on their land. Ain't nobody gonna walk up to them while they sitting on their land. Excuse me, sir, can I have a light for my cigarette? Ain't nobody gonna do that. On their land. I've been talking to y'all for 45 minutes. Ain't nobody come back here but these damn chickens and this turkey. Nobody. Because can't nobody without me going to my side arm. That drives me crazy. So what we end up doing is listening to people like that and telling you what you shouldn't do. Like, number one, I've heard this, and oh my God, I'm going to give you a piece of my own. This ain't my opinion. This is just real life. Most people looking for land these days are younger. Most folks are of younger age looking for land, and they really don't know what they're doing, and they're taking advice off of TikTok. If you don't know what you are doing, please go get a realtor. I say this a billion times forward. I've been saying it for years, and I'm going to say it again. If you listen to that part, because people play on my words, when people be like, you don't need no realtor, listen to my words close that I've been talking about. I said, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, go get yourself a realtor. Period. You don't want to go in a court of law trying to defend yourself without a lawyer. I'm going to ask everybody a question. Sweet Thumb says, Lead Farmer, what about when you ask somebody and the pray about it? What see what you just said, Sweet Thumb, I'm gonna tell you this, and they should pray about it, right? I'm gonna say this. You know why I don't do that? Because you say me, I'll say, maybe you should pray on it. You know what I get every time I say that? Because, what religion is you? What religion is you? What faith is you? Who you believe in? I don't want to get in nobody religious business. That ain't none of my dang on business. Because that always goes sideways. I'm gonna tell you what goes sideways here on YouTube. Religion and politics. Two of the most important subjects that we need to be discussing, nobody can agree on. No matter what. If you have two Christians and they both go to the same church, they read out of the same book, they go to church on the same days, Wednesdays and Sundays, everything. Both of those churchgoers, both of those Christians will not believe this scripture here means the exact same thing. It's going to mean something different for both of them. And you know what they're going to end up doing? They're going to fight about what that scripture means. I've seen it, and everybody people might say, yeah, because they're Christians. No. I've seen it in every freaking denomination. I've seen it in every single religion, faith, or whatever people want to call themselves. Because some people, I ain't in no faith, whatever. But you will get in arguments right here on YouTube about what that particular scripture means. And somebody will say, you read that out of context, and then it's a big old fight. I watch it every day on YouTube. It's two big, huge camps going back and forth right now about who said about what scripture, and they don't know what they talking about. Right? It's two huge camps right now. Everybody know them. So I don't like talking about that part of the game. I like to talk about truth. I like to talk about tangible reality. Things that we know, common sense. And here's the other thing too. Yes, I do, Augusta. Here's the other thing too. Some of this, Sweet Thumb, like you said, some of this is common sense. That's something I can't teach you. That's something, well, not you. I'm not saying you. That's something I can't teach people. Something I can't teach people is common sense. I can't. Like, say even if I made time to teach people to have common sense, I won't do it. I got children that I'm still trying to guide through this life. Even though they're in their late 20s and early 30s, I'm still guiding my own children through the life of this world. I don't have time to teach grown folks how to maneuver around this world, right? For instance, I got about 30 people that keep asking me, did I win an EcoFlow? I keep getting emails and people commenting in videos that ain't got nothing to do with no technology whatsoever. Hey, I keep getting these reports that I want an EcoFlow. Let me tell you something. Even if you new to this channel, even if you brand new and you just chimed into my channel today, I can tell you one thing that even you should know if you use some discernment and if you use some common sense. My name is Lead Farmer and you see my thumbnail. Under my thumbnail, don't say ching chong ching at WhatsApp. And several people have went and saw my thumbnail and said, what do it keep saying, y'all? I have a gift for you. Do I talk like that? You don't have to know me but 10 minutes and see I don't talk like that. I have a gift for you, but they don't use their discernment and look down. It's 130 comments. This strange lead farmer has an EcoFlow for 130 people. One person even had three lead farmers give them, was supposed to have 3 different things for gifts for them. You still ain't figured it out. You still ain't figured out my name is not even my real name. My government name is not ching chong at WhatsApp. Family, you know why you don't hear from me with that? I put out one video every time I do one of these giveaways, and I tell you, the only way you know you won is I'm going to tell you live like I am right now who won, and that's it. I don't call your house. I don't email you. And here's the other part of the common sense I need you to use. Oh my God, this drives me bananas. Why on God's green earth would you think that you just won something from me that's totaling around $300 or so, right? The prize is say $300-ish. But then the ching chong lead farmer at WhatsApp wants you to go into your bank account and pay for what you won. Let's just, even if that's me for real, don't you think, look, I can't hide. I'm right here. Everybody know me. I can't hide from the world. Don't you think if I was running a scam that stupid, I would be in prison 7 years ago when I started this gangster stuff? What they doing is prison worthy, and y'all giving them y'all bank account information. Remember, you don't even have to email the real me to find out if it's me. When you email the ching chong at WhatsApp people, you see that ain't me. I can't hold grown folks' hand and tell them to watch out for stranger danger. I can't do it. Listen, I promise you, everybody on that whole video, if you left it to them scammers, they told everybody that they won. All you had to do was go down a couple of more and see, damn, 20 people won? A lot of people got it. This used to, this was like, well, I guess we all winners, all 55 of us done won EcoFlow. After I'm saying only one person gonna win. A lot of people was making jokes in the comments because they was like, oh, I guess the whole 200 of us done won or something. Lead must have hit the lottery. No, listen, I can't be there to stranger danger for you. I can't do the stranger danger for you. I'm still saving stranger danger for my grandchildren. Okay, I still need to teach my grandchildren about stranger danger. I gotta save a little for my grandchildren. Family, we gonna have to use a little bit more common sense than that. And when it comes to this right here, purchasing land, why are you listening to people that don't own the laces in their shoes? They don't even own the laces in their shoes, but they sitting here telling you they professionals at land ownership. They may be professionals at reading about land ownership. Professionals about at reading it. And folks will listen to them, but they won't listen to Eco, Gigi, Granny Karma, Homestead Heart, Cali Homestead, Pooh Bear, SEK, Grow Family Network, all them people that y'all actually see on acreage every day working their land. Nobody gives them no love. That trips me out. And we'll sit here and listen to them people tell you to go nickel and dime people to death. Nickel and dime them to death. Oh yeah, I wouldn't pay that if I was you. That's too high. You listening to people don't own anything. And they're telling you how to move with your money. They're telling you, I wouldn't do that because if you go through this way like I did, see, back in the day, I did it this way. They didn't do anything. Dig a little deeper. Check it out. They didn't do anything. Matter of fact, start saying, hey, show me though. Show me. Show me. Because I've had somebody try to show me their land years ago, and it was off of Pinterest, all of it. To this day, they don't know I know. It was on Pinterest. What they also, you want to know how I knew it was on Pinterest? Because back when Pinterest was popular, I had that same thing saved on my Pinterest when I actually owned land, hoping I would do that someday. But they told me that was their house that they had built from scratch. They told me they built that house from scratch themselves. And they didn't know I had the exact same picture saved on Pinterest that I probably got to this day if I could figure out how to open my Pinterest account. And they to this day still tell the whole world this stuff. But people listen, they believe. Don't nobody ever ask, be like, prove it, show me. And if you say show me to people and they get mad or get rid, flashing lights. People don't pay no attention to that. It's simple. I'm sorry to veer off. My message was this before I go, and I'm not gonna stay on here but another few minutes, true story. My message was this: if you ain't heard me say nothing today, this is important. Don't miss out on your dream or don't miss out on your goal by trying to beat somebody on a price. When it comes to land and home ownership and stuff like that, this is not Facebook Market. This is not a pawn shop. This is not Craigslist. If you knew how precious and valuable land is right now, you really wouldn't keep trying to do a whole bunch of negotiating with people. I'm gonna tell you why. Let's be realistic. Every person is out buying land right now. If you really out there looking for land right now, you know I'm telling the God's honest truth. Listen to it. There go a deer. You know I'm telling the God's honest truth. Every time you see a piece of land that even so much as sparks your interest, raise your hand if I'm right. Raise your hand if you know what I'm saying. Every time you see some land that sparks your interest and you click on it, say it's on Facebook Market or Zillow or something. You click on it and wait till your husband come home or wait till your wife come home to show them, or you got it on pause so you can get in touch with your realtor. By the end of the day, it's gone. Raise your hand if that doesn't happen to you. By the end of the day or tomorrow, by the time your realtor call you back, that piece of land is gone or that house has been sold. Thank you, Rakeem. Under contract. Every freaking time. Throw it up if you know I ain't lying to you. You will find some land like, you know what? I think I can afford that. I think, well, I could probably talk them down. Instead of you just jumping on it, you sit back and say, you know what? I'm going to try to talk them down $5,000 or $10,000. Boom. Next thing you know, it's gone. because somebody out there was smart and it was like, this ain't gonna last. What you do is I ain't gonna even say it. You know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to talk to folks. And then you're supposed to see if this is for you and then make a move on it. Stop trying to nickel and dime people till you miss out on all your blessings. You nickeling and diming, fool. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this from a seller's standpoint. I'm going to tell you this. I've been a seller and I've been a buyer of land and homes. From a seller's point of view, I'm business with mine. My emotions and my feelings ain't caught up in when I'm trying to sell a house or a car. My feelings ain't in it. Okay. Some people can get damn near or downright, what's the word I'm looking for? Offensive by the price that they try to give you. When you say, look, say I got this piece of land, I'm selling it for $50,000. And you come at me like, will you take 10? Hey, do me a favor, get off my land. I don't never want to see you again. Thank you for that, She Is Sunshine. Insulting. Yes. Insulting is the word. You take about 10,000, I got about 10 on me right now. Look, hey, hit me up. Look, you want this 10? Look, you want this, don't you? You want this 10 grand, don't you? I got it. Ain't nobody got the cash. I got the cash. Get off my land. Never come back, even if you got the money. I don't ever want to see you again. Ever. If you came back in a bidding war, I would cancel you for such an insult. So people are trying to nickel and dime people down to the point of insulting people. You know this was for you. You know this land is meant for you. You know this home is meant for you. Sometimes either you gonna even break even, or you gonna mess around and you might even have to go deeper in your pocket to actually get what you deserve. Did you hear me? Not what you want, because wants ain't nothing to me. Get what you need. Sometimes you got to dig deeper in a pocket that already got holes in it to get something you know you need. And I'm here to tell y'all right now, purchasing land, I told y'all I almost broke down in tears a couple videos back, because people don't understand how precious, well, these landowners know how precious this is. I'm going to take this to an hour and 30 minutes because I want to tell you this. Everybody is looking to get out this rat race. I said this in another video. Have you ever thought about you go to work every damn day, but you know you got to work tomorrow. You know you got to work the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. But it's rare that we ever think about, when will this stop? When will it be where I don't have to come back in this building no more, in this plant or in this cubicle and punch this clock, listen to this boss, listen to this girl, or smell this girl's funky perfume all day in her cubicle? Do you ever think, like, when is this part of the game over? Do I got to be like 900 years old before I can retire, when my body is all broke down? I can't do nothing no more? I'm telling you right now how to get out of that. I'm living it right now. This is what I was telling you about all of the names of all these platforms, that the people you really need to be listening to is living it. Listen, you think YouTube is keeping me afloat? I don't know why people think YouTube paid me so much money, that's what's keeping me afloat. Because I'm telling you, I done sold off all of anything that's causing me debt. Get rid of it. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. If I don't own it, I don't want it right now, because I got a plan. Nobody is working on their escape plan. Y'all know when we was in school, every time you go in a building, there go that doggone fire extinguisher, right? And it got a little hammer dangling on it from the side to say, in case of a fire, break glass. I told my wife years ago, I always keep a plan in my head like that. No matter how good we doing, no matter how financially stable we are, no matter what. Even now, I keep that extinguisher with the hammer on it to say break only in case of emergency. I always keep that plan on me. And family, this plan is working. If you want to stop working for folks and stop wondering if they gonna pay you what they owe, you gotta and stop worrying about I ain't making enough, I'm making a little bit over minimum wage. If you want to stop that, you gotta go purchase you some land and own it. Right now, today, the way things are, from these days, see, this used to be an option. This used to be optional to do this, but it ain't no more. This is starting to be the only way out of that system, that mess that they done created for us out there. It's like a rat's maze in a science lab. They're doing whatever they want to do with us and watching us and see how we gonna get out of the maze. Don't you see it? It's a rat's maze, and this system is a science lab. They're watching us, seeing how we can figure out, no matter what obstacle they keep putting in our way, which they do, just like them rats, right? Just like them rats. They keep putting obstacles in our way. Well, you got through that one pretty easy. Now let's move the door over here and put the cheese on this side and then change the whole thing around and make him walk upside down. Every time you figure out the game, they switch the damn board, and now you got to try to get through the maze again. Ain't you sick of that? It's one way. It's one way to get out of that. This is it. I know folks don't want to hear it, but this is it. Where all you got to do is pay your taxes. See, everybody like, yeah, you get the land, but then what about building your home? You don't necessarily got to do it like that. See, you got in your head of what you've seen on television where they're telling you that you need to go out and build a 2-story home on this land. Who made this rule up? You need to have a brick home. You need to have this. You need to have that and the other thing. Who the hell told you that? I'm telling you right now, you can live in one of these. I got to change the wording. My wife told me I can't say SHED no more. Cabin. You can live in one of them cabins that you see coming down the highway. You can live in a mobile home. Family, we got life screwed up. It's all about show. It's all about show now. We trying to show each other. We think what we're showing each other is who got the most money. But you know what we're really showing each other? Who is the freaking brokest? You got the big house, the big car, the this, the that, the this, the that. You got all this jewelry, clothes, da 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 da. We're really showing each other you broker than me. I don't got none of that, but I got more money than you. I don't got none of that stuff, but I know I got more money than you because all of them payments got to come out of your check. I don't care where your money come from. All them payments got to come out of your check every month. Mine don't. Mine don't. They broke. So we're living a lie. We're all living a lie. And until we figure out the right way to do it, you're going to always live that lie. You're trying to get something for nothing. Them days is over. That's my whole point of this whole video. Trying to get something for nothing. Those days are over. Over. This is the only way we gonna get out of that mess. And you know it. That's the bad part. All them deers must be running. I heard somebody 12 gauge go off. This the only way. Imagine this. Imagine. You sell everything. You buy a piece of land. I want to talk at you. real good. You buy a piece of land. It don't gotta be 20, 30, 40 acres. It don't gotta be none of that. Say you go off and you buy yourself a good acre or two. It's yours. You bought it cash. Sell everything off that you got. Go down to one of these corner lots and buy a cabin. Live in that thing till you get you a canvas tent. And stay in that thing until you can save up enough money to do something different. Do you know how much money you would save? See, folks don't want to hear about what it feel like to be uncomfortable. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear about, well, when do I go get my hair done? When do I get my nails done? What do you mean? You got to get used to being musty. Yes, it's the truth. You are not going to be taking showers each and every single day for a while. And your shower game is going to be different. Nobody want to hear that at all, man. Nobody want to hear that. But I'm here to tell you this. Ain't it worth it though? Like, to be free? To never have to pay nobody? Nothing? Family. There's no feeling like, I heard Eco Neighbor talking about this last week. Ain't no feeling like this. Ain't no feeling like this. Ain't no feeling like this. You know what? It reminds me of the same feeling I had when I met my wife. The same feeling I had when each one of my children was born. That feeling is you actually taste in those moments that thing to give you goosebumps like I'm getting right now. That feeling that you feel when you meet the love of your life, or when you first lay your eyes and you make eye contact with your firstborn child, or all your children for that matter. When they come out the womb and you lay your eyes on them for the first time, you can start figuring out their features. Even though they swollen and they little slimy little rascals, you start seeing yourself in that child. That feeling, there is nothing on earth that can duplicate that. Even AI can't duplicate that. Just one more time you're going to get that feeling. That one more time is when them folks hand you that deed in your hand. Not the bank statement. Not the bank statement. When those folks put the deed to your land in your hand, it's like you've been in college for 10 years and you finally graduated. You walk across the stage and they put that diploma in your hand, man. It's very few times in every one of our lives where you will ever have that feeling. And I can only compare the feeling of this land ownership paid off. This is mine. I can do what I want. I can only compare that to me laying my eyes and seeing my wife for the first time, getting married, having children, seeing my first children come out the womb. That feeling is that. That's that taste of freedom. For that one quick few minutes, you don't know where you are. Your brain ain't the same. It's like going to sleep and being in a dream. You don't know what just happened. You just know you closed your eyes, fell asleep, woke up and the birds was chirping. That's that. You just disappear when you see your child being born. You kind of like face off. It's the same thing when you own land. When you actually, it's one thing when you walk your land because you're about to buy it. It's another thing when you, this is what me and my wife did. We walked the land the day before we closed on the land. And this time hit different than all the other times I've ever purchased homes or land. This time hit different because before, this is just something I wanted to do. I wanted to get in the garden and farm, and this is just something I wanted to do. This time, the reason why it hit different is because this now is something that I freaking had to do. It's a difference. It's a difference between things that you want to do purchase the home, you purchase land, and then it's a big, huge difference when you have that feeling of this is something I have to do. Imagine that. That's how I feel. So it hit different. We walked the land, and it felt good when we walked the land the day before we closed. But right after we closed, we drove all the way out here and walked the land again. And I shared some of that video with y'all. That was our first time walking the land as actual landowners with the paper in our hand. That book bag that was on my back in that video, my deed was in there. Not the actual deed, because they still had to send it to me, but the paperwork that we just closed on was in that book bag. Because I didn't even want to leave it in the car. We walked through these woods with that paperwork on my back. Right, J3GS, in the rain. Please. We don't know. Everybody is trying to rob, steal, and kill to get out of this rat race. This is the thing. Everybody is trying to get money to get out the rat race. Right? That ain't the answer. Robbing, stealing, and killing ain't the way to get out the rat race. It's land ownership. Because once you out here on your land, you really don't owe nobody jack. And all the people say, well, you still owe taxes. Well, if you renting, you still owe everybody everything plus taxes. So people can miss me with that rent crap. I don't know who the hell miss me. The people that always talk about some renting is better and land ownership is fake and it's a part of the plot for the government. Let me tell you something about folks that say that. Those people clearly have never owned a damn thing a day in their life. True story. The people that tell me land ownership is foolish and renting an apartment from some other man getting rich off of them is the way to go, you have clearly never owned a single damn thing in your life. You probably never even owned an automobile. You probably been catching a bus and walking your entire life. And every dwelling you've ever been, there was a man named Mr. Bucks that came and picked up the rent on the 1st and the 15th. And if you didn't have it, he putting that piece of paper on your door. Oh, here come Mr. Bucks. Hey, with that cigar in his mouth that's never lit, but it's always soggy. His cigar always wet and soggy. Hey. You know I was coming. You got that check? You write a check. I told you I don't want no more cash from you. Write me a check. Huh? Yo, you ain't got it. I ain't think you did, so I brought this paperwork already filled out to put on your door. You got 30 days. Everybody got that landlord. You can't get your air conditioning fixed. Come on now with me. Everybody that's renting, you know it is, because my daughter is going through this right now. And she gonna sit down and tell y'all the same damn thing with me. You got an air condition. They ain't gonna fix your air condition. You got an air condition that runs, that you are paying for, the energy that it's using, but your apartment don't get cold. It won't blow out no cold air. It's lukewarm. You have your air conditioning unit, your baseboard air conditioning unit, or that split unit thing that's rusted at the top of your wall. You got it running, but your apartment is always hot. Your apartment is always so damn hot that you got 2 box fans running while your air conditioning running. But you want to tell me renting is better than you paying more money than I am, and you ain't even got no air conditioning. You paying for air conditioning, ain't even got it. I had people tell me this with their mouth. With their whole mouth, they said this. I kind of wanted to check and see if their brain was inside their head and their mouth was just moving, because ain't no way in piping hot hell you can sit here and tell me renting an apartment building is better than owning your own land. Now, if you travel a lot and that's what you do, I get it. But that ain't what they coming from. They're telling me literally renting an apartment building, renting an apartment unit is smarter than land ownership, because they say this is all fixed. You still got to pay taxes. So do you. You own an automobile. You own a car. Guess what you got to pay on that? Taxes. So if you don't want to pay the man no taxes, walk then. Shit, you gotta pay taxes to walk down the sidewalk because there is taxes that pay the city to keep those sidewalks clean and free of debris and grass. So when people tell me stupid stuff like that, it lets me see you don't know anything. Everything you do when you leave, when you wake up in the morning, you start paying taxes. From the minute you go to sleep to the minute you wake up, you've been paying taxes all your life. You ain't getting away from that. People keep on talking about some, well, we live on our own land and this and that, and all these strange groups keep talking about some, we don't got to pay taxes. They're going to have you listening to that and have your ass in prison for back payments of something. They talk about, what's the, where they keep talking about some, I'm sovereign, I'm sovereign. Y'all better stop playing games like that. I've seen them, a bunch of people in them court on court TV keep talking about some they sovereign so they don't owe the landlord no money. I have not seen that work out for anyone yet out of all of the videos I've ever watched. No, because I'm part of, see, this is my camp here, and this is what we believe in, and yes, that's right, and we're sovereign people of the nation of, yeah, okay. I haven't seen that work for anybody yet. Not one person. And the reason I always look, because I be hoping, is there a loophole in there that this other 200 people didn't get? Because they need to hear you. If you won that court battle, they need to hear from you and stop listening to the dude at they camp. I haven't seen not one damn person win that case, not yet. And they always, and it's awarded to Blue. You owe him $45,000. And if you can't pay that, there'll be this set up for you, payment plan. And if you can't do that, you're going to have to spend this much time in jail. But please. People are misinformed. And they're listening to these, I guess you could call them religious cult leaders, telling them how to buy land, and they don't even got to pay for it. Let me tell you something. I don't know, and I said I was going to be 190 or an hour and a half, so we coming up on it. I don't know where some people live, where you think you can go and lay up on somebody's land. And people always talk about some, yeah, you can go just start sitting on this land and just be there and squat on it long enough. And the law say, did you hear what I said? This is what people keep saying. I hear it on YouTube a lot. If you go squat on this land long enough, listen to these the key words. The law states, did y'all hear what I just said? I need you to say amen if you heard those words. The law states that you can, if you've been on this land for X amount of time, the law states that you can. Did you hear that? Okay. I live in the dirty South. It didn't work very well in the North either. I live in the dirty South. The law ain't gonna do anything for you if you set up on a man's land, because I'm gonna tell you something about the South that I respect. My whole family is from down here. Born and raised. And I'm going to tell you something that I knew about the South before I lived in the South. One thing about it, people talk about the racism, people talk about the this, the that. It's true, it's true. But you know another thing that's down here is they still live by codes down here like we used to do in the North. Back in the North, when I was growing up, there was codes, there was honor, there was levels that, look, you don't step on this dude's toes because he up here. You don't step on his toes because he up here. There was codes back in the North. Like the gangsters and the mobsters and the hood dudes. It was honorable. It was what was honor amongst thieves, actually. There was honor amongst thieves. That has slowly died off in this new generation where you don't respect your elders. You don't respect the people that's older than you or got more stripes on their shoulder than you. This new generation don't care about that. I'm going to tell you something. That was in the North. In the South, that respect level still holds true. There are certain things you don't do down here. You'll have somebody whip your ass. You put your own hands on your own wife in your own house, And you will have your neighbor come and let your teeth out for some fresh air. Because he don't care what y'all did. He don't care if she was cheating. Man, you don't put your hands on the woman. Look, I understand, man. I understand you caught her in the room, but you don't put your hands on the woman. Down here, they still do that. They still got that much honor and respect. Right? So with that being said, there is certain rules that the law, they don't give a damn what the federal law is. Because the federal law say if somebody sit on your land long enough, they can actually start to claim it if they do the paperwork. Not in the South. Listen, mind you, that's how it's set up in the books. You won't make it out alive to go file the paperwork. The same land that you were squatting on in somebody's MF and land in their yard is where your headstone is gonna be. It's gonna be a shiny one of those cobblestones sitting in that spot, and that man gonna for years gonna tell his grandson, hey, don't stand over there. Come on away from over there. Come on away from over there. But Dad, Grandpa, I found come on away from over there. Because you laying up under that damn oak tree, stinking. You was tree food. Man, people don't play that here. And people keep spreading that stuff around. Yeah, if you squat on some land long enough, you can try it down here. If you squat on some land long enough, count yourself lucky that you're just now being found. Don't nobody go to courts here for that. And if you call the police is the landowner's cousin. He gonna help get rid of you. There is still honor down here of things you don't go doing to another man's land. They ain't about to be like, oh my God, he's been I see it all the time on YouTube. People like, I came back from our vacation trip and he was posted up on our land, eating up our sandwiches and our sliced deli lunch meat, sleeping in our bed. Did you hear what I said? Now I've heard that happen on the West Coast in California. Look at their news, true story. Or I heard a little bit in Florida too, but a lot, it always happened on the West Coast. We came back home. We were in Guatemala for a week, for some reason. And came home and some guy just living in our house and he wouldn't open the door. So we had to call News 11, the attack team, and call the cops. You want to know why you don't hear about junk like that down in the South, why it never ever make it on the news? Like, you don't see that happening in the South. Like, nothing make it to News Chopper 73 on the news in the South. Because that was handled already before. We don't want the news to know anything. We don't, and if whatever police know, they know where you at now. They ain't no reports. Look, this the worst feeling in the world. Look here. Like, hey, Sheriff, I've been living on this land. Listen to my story. Sheriff, I've been living on this land for 6 months. I didn't know nobody even lived here. Nobody been here for years. So I just figured, and then you see the sheriff come up like, so what's going on here? Oh, you've been living here for over 6 months, right? Okay, all right. So that does fall under Article 39. That falls under Article 39-7, yeah. And then the landowner show up and he walk up to the police. And this is what the police say to the landowner. Now, you think you got the police in your pocket because you like, I've been here for over 6 months. Landowner walk up. Oh, what's going on, Gerald? Oh, boy, what's going on? Boy, you done put on some weight. What you done? You done mess around. I told you stop eating them damn burritos off that damn truck, man. Look, Jennifer had that baby. God dang, man. With a little boy, huh? Got a big old head like yours, I bet. God dang, man. Tell her I said congratulations. Now, Emma done sent her a gift over there, and I don't know if she got it? Okay. All right. Boy, congratulations, my brother, man. Congratulations about that. But now what we doing here? He been squatting on your land for how long? God dang. Boy, you stupid. You think The law said that since you've been there for 6 months, you ain't got to go nowhere. And then the sheriff come up, and the sheriff was just at the christening of this baby a few days ago. Or his daughter married to his son. Roll your damn tent up. First thing you should do is say, listen, I don't want no trouble. I'm going to just go get my stuff, okay? I'm going to roll it up. You goddamn show better. And you got about till now to go do that, okay? If dark catch you, well, you know the rest. If you let dark catch you, dark done caught you. Shit. Stop listening to people with all that mumbo jumbo how stuff work. It don't work like that. All that garbage, they telling you garbage because they don't know what the hell they talking about. Thank you, Gina versus Gina. And somebody else just did this too. Thank you, Gina. Thank you for that. Okay, I'm about to head out too, Gina. I said an hour and a half and I meant it. Listen, y'all. When you find the house or the land of your dreams, go hard. Stop freaking nickeling and diming yourself out of your dream house, your dream land, your dream lover, your husband. Yeah, he got some bad breath. That can be dealt with. Yeah, I know she got a limp. That can be dealt with. Telling you, man, it's like, people missing out on life by trying to imitate art. Did you hear what I said? People are missing out on real life because they're too busy trying to imitate art. They trying to imitate what they see on television. That's not real. Those are characters. For instance, they got characters on television that play the part of a doctor. They have characters on television that play millionaires and billionaires. Then they go home to their mobile homes. The dude that played a doctor on ER, he goes home to his little shack in the woods. And he's paying so much alimony and child support, everybody think because he plays a rich, flamboyant doctor on the show ER, they think he really got this money. That's his character. He's supposed to be acting like that. But no good and well, after alimony and child support payments, he live in a damn Frigidaire box with a candle. And it's people right here on social media doing the exact same thing. And the people that's keeping it 100, them is the people you ain't listening to. You like to listen to the stuff that's flamboyant and flashy and loud, but you ain't listening to let me show you something. You see my grass? I ain't been here so long, this grass come up to my kneecaps. This grass, look at my tire on my truck. That's reality. That's real. That's real. Everything ain't gonna always be pristine. Everything, I have not owned a piece of land yet where everything was just so perfect and pristine and just, HGTV crap. I have not owned a piece of land like that. And the real homeowners and the real landowners, you know the truth. Your land ain't crispy either because look, I got beehives and garden stuff over here. I got a chicken coop behind. But over here, look, I got an RV that need the grass cut, grass growing up under my RV. On the other side is all my outdoor kitchen crap. Over here, I got all my doggone, my lawnmower, my lawn tractor and everything else. All this, it's stuff everywhere. My water container back here look like the chickens been fighting. I thought one of them got killed or something, but no, they just ripping each other feathers out. You know, it's the reality that people is looking past. They're looking past it. And they're not paying attention to the real. They're only paying attention to the glamour and the glitz of what they see people either doing or saying. They ain't paying we too easily distracted by fake. You know, I sacrificed and spent my last dime to buy this land. Because I knew what it meant. I knew what it meant. It's not just for me. I didn't just buy this for me. I bought this so my kids don't got to do this. Imagine this, family. How horrible things are for us now. I'm going to plug this phone up. I'm going to plug this up. Because I got a few more minutes. God dang on it. I got a few more minutes left in me. I got a, oh man. I thought I had my charger. I don't. So, I'm going to say this. You ain't just buying this for you. As horrible as everything is right now, as horrible as everything is, how do you think it's going? I gotta plug this up because I got something to say. How bad do you think it's going to be for our kids? Can you believe I don't got no doggone generator in this car right now? Because I'm supposed to be on business. We're going to play it like this. We're going to do our last couple minutes. I want to take y'all on the land, but I don't want this phone to cut off. Got to put a little juice in it. Okay. Imagine this. Imagine how horrible the world is right now, right? What do you think it's going to be like for our kids? Just in the generation right now. If your kid is around 20, 30 years old, they're already taking an L. Before they can have that cushion of life, my generation had a cushion. We had a cushion. It was like you go from being a child, then that weird adolescent stage, then that awkward, am I a kid or am I adult, where I can legally go to prison right now and all that stuff. You go to that stage, right? They don't got that cushion no more. Now it's straight to the pokey for them. It's straight to throw them into the grinder. I don't want my kids to have to go through this. I know how old I am, and I know good and well, you know, I ain't in my prime years to be doing all this work. But damn, think about it. Think about it. Somebody asked me, I want my kids to come out the gate like my parents set me up out the gate. I had somewhere to go. I had a home that they let me have. I had to pay for it, but it was mine. Imagine that. What kids got to do now. Why you think they so crazy, man? They don't see no hope. Just like you and me don't see no hope. What do you think our kids see? Me and you is like, this world is falling apart. This world ain't this. This world ain't that. They killing us. They trying to kill us. Look at all the stuff we say every day. They trying to kill us. They trying to give us the Band-Aid. They always keep coming up with some new sneeze and sniff. Every 5 seconds is something. They trying to kill us in the streets. They pulling us over and killing us. Think about that for me and you. Right, the average home price is $350,000, and that's for a damn saltine box. Imagine that. What's going to be left for them? Somebody asked me a while back, how old is too old to purchase land? J3GS said, Led, that's true. We build for our children and grandchildren. Amen. It's in the Bible. You're supposed to leave something for them. Karen says, rent is even ridiculous. Come on, keep it real now. My daughter is done. This is her last month being a renter for the rest of her life. Because Princess Led will be here next week. Princess Led will be at Freedom Acres on her own side of the land next week. I said, baby, you're gonna have to eat a little doo-doo, because this is how it works. You're gonna be stinking a little bit. That survival camp showed her a lot. Like, look, that's enough of this bullshit. You be out here, you washing your tank in a bucket. You know what it is. You about to be out on this land doing the same thing, but guess what? You won't have no rent of $1,200 next month. Mama and daddy got you a whole acre of your own. Why is you still trying to pay the man a $1,200 MF in dollars? Her rent went up about $300. I said, baby, why is you still trying to pay that? Didn't you say they tried to break in your car a few weeks back? Didn't you say now you gotta have a code to get in the gate and this and that, all this stuff to keep changing? Didn't you say your air conditioning is on, but it don't get cold? Didn't you come to my house and say, Dad, do you got an extra air condition because my air condition ain't worked in a year? I had to give you an air condition for something you already paying for. Now that last straw was that rent, that note was on that door talking about your rent just went up to 12 now. Now next month, this ain't a warning. This is telling you if we don't got that 12, you're going to need to use that money for a U-Haul truck. They was doing that to my mama too. Renting right now, I'm going to say this, dang on it, doggone it, I got to say it. Don't y'all realize that the only pieces of land now, have you ever looked at land and how weird all the land is shaped now? If you go buy land, think. All the land is shaped weird. And some of it, like, you got to have an easement to it because it's behind the house, that's behind some land, that's behind some land. And you got to have all this special stuff done to it just to go purchase the land. You want to know why? Because they have bought it all up. They're buying up all the damn land, and the only pieces of land that's left over is these weird ones shaped like a damn Teddy Graham cracker. That's why. You think these pieces of land is shaped like this because somebody was trying to be cute? No. These pieces of land is shaped weird because those people over there bought that piece, those people over there bought that piece, so on and so forth. And now it's looked like in the middle, it looked like a damn a shooting star. The land looked like. It ain't just no big, beautiful, long rectangle or no big old beautiful square. That was the prime real estate back in the day that all of the folks took over. You dig what I'm saying? They bought all that out. Ain't nothing left but the crumbs. This the bottom of the bag. You're paying top-notch big square or big rectangle prices for the bottom of the bag crumb stuff that's shaped like damn Squidward on SpongeBob. You paying for stuff that, what's his buddy name? You paying for land that's shaped like that. Patrick. Well, your land is so different, you got to figure out how you going to put your garden and this and that because it's shaped so weird. Why do you think that's happening? Because they are buying up all of the land. And I'm going to tell you this. You don't got to listen to me. Just do your own research. Use your own common sense. We talked about that. Every developer that's purchasing land right now, they are not buying that land to, I said this in my video the other day, they're not buying that land to resell it or make a little bit of money. Every piece of land that's being bought right now. Now, we can talk about the millionaires and the billionaires, or we can just talk about the regular investors. Either way, they're all playing the same game. Every piece of land is being purchased right now, and for the last good 10 years, the only thing they're putting on those properties, they ain't even putting stores on it. They ain't putting stores, they ain't putting none of that, malls, nothing. They're only putting rental only property. They don't want nobody owning anything. They don't want us owning nothing no more. All the houses that's being built are condos, leased. They'll lease it to you. They'll rent it to you. But they ain't gonna let you buy anything else. Don't listen to me. I'm just a man. Go do your own research and you're gonna see what I'm telling you. Everybody that's out there, I'm talking about these investors, they're buying land to turn it into rental property only. They're either gonna put rental apartment buildings, or they're putting condos or tiny homes or small homes or normal homes, but you will never own them. They only want you to lease them or rent them so they can control you forever. It's going to be, as long as you leasing something, they can always change everything in the lease. The price is going to go up just like rent. It ain't too much different between a lease and rent. You can't do this to the house. You can't do that to the house. You can't do this to the land or the property. You can't do that. That got to be done. This inspection has to be done. When you leasing or you renting property, it has to go that way. That means if you always listening to the boss tell you what you can and can't do on your house and on your land, you don't own it. So right there, it's too late for you to spend. And I've seen people do this. Lord have mercy. I've seen people go off and spend $200,000 or $300,000 on a condo because they don't want to do no maintenance. But then they'll go fussing about the HOA fee. They'll go fussing about, I don't want my house to be this color. I want to do this to my driveway. I want to do this to my backyard. I want to do this to my garage. And you will get in trouble for parking your car on the street. You got company come over. And in some of these HOA places, if you got company come over, only so many can be parked in the driveway or on the street. Or is no street parking at all. They can literally tow your car away. Tow your car away. Come on, man. I would rather live in a doggone tent and save my money until, I don't care how temporary it is. But let's be honest. All the people that's purchasing land, all of these investors, the game done changed, y'all. You better get this land before they get it. Because once this new wave of people that's purchasing land, these investors, once they come and purchase all the land, you'll never be able to own anything. Everybody keep thinking about that little dude at the gate. You dig what I'm saying, what his name is. That little dude at the gate. They keep thinking he's buying up all the farmland because he's making some kind of scientific freaking pinky in the brain lab everywhere. Y'all got to be a fool if you think that. Because he don't got to be this dramatic if he want to make you take all these different kind of drugs and stuff. He don't got to be this dramatic. Everybody always thinking everything got to happen like an episode of Power or something. No. The little man at the gate, that ain't why he buying all this land. That solution is simple. He buying all this land so nobody can ever own it again. Think about how much more sense that make instead of some sinister crap. Oh, he's trying to make a GMO food. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. He don't got to do that to do this. He don't got to do all that. That's everybody thinking this is a episode of Thriller, part 2, Michael Jackson Back to Life or something. It ain't that. It's not TV dramatic. It ain't TV drama. Everybody waiting for him to come and mooah. No. That man is a businessman. He's buying up all. Imagine this. It's Monopoly, y'all. It's the most simplistic game on the planet. It's Monopoly. If I buy up all the houses on the Monopoly board, I control every person that comes through there. It's simple. It's a board game. One of the oldest board games we know. If I own all of the properties from the railroad, you can even end up buying the jail. Because you be like, look, I know you want to get out of jail. How about the dude that own everything, look, I'm going to give you $500 to get you out of jail because I just want you to keep playing the game. What he wanted to get you out of jail for, so you can get back on the board, because he own all the properties, you going to end up paying all that money and then some to him anyway. That's ghetto Monopoly. Y'all know we don't be playing by the real rules. Ghetto Monopoly is y'all start making up your own rules to an old board game. Tell me I'm lying when I ain't. Don't nobody look at, wait, I don't think that's in the instructions or the manual. Ain't nobody, that book been missing since 1902. Ain't nobody even looked for the instructions no more. We done made up our own ghetto rules for this Monopoly game. You think it's different out here in real life Monopoly? If I know, for instance, quick example. You wonder why does the police don't go take that big drug dealer off the street? Think. Why do you think he only taking the little guys off the street? They don't got no money. They ain't really got a whole bunch of stuff to keep them in jail long, nothing. Why is he busting them, but he ain't going to bust the big kingpin? That don't make no sense. Why you got 4 detectives keeping their eye on little Ray and he only selling little stuff? He ain't even selling no weight. The big dude is down there in the limousine with the gold chain on, watching his whole block work. Why ain't y'all watching him? Same way in real life Monopoly. Because each time each one of these go to jail, and we only let them go to jail for 3 days. That means we're going to take all their little gold chains. We're going to have them paying for their bail money. We're going to take everything in their pockets that they went in jail with. That's money right off the top. And then when they come back out, we're going to let them out. We're going to let them out just so they can keep doing it again, coming around the board again and paying me again. If we catch the kingpin, if we knock off the kingpin, all the little dudes, we ain't gonna get that money off the little dudes no more. So we need the kingpin to keep feeding the little people these nuggets. We're getting rich off the nuggets. We don't want to stop the supply. That's the mama hen right there. And these are the chicks with the eggs. We don't want to stop that. That's our guaranteed money. If we knock off the kingpin and lock up the kingpin, we're screwing ourselves. Monopoly. No different than ghetto board game Monopoly. When the people come around that board, you pay me, you pay me, you pay me. The little dude at the gate is playing a game of Monopoly from an old ghetto board game, and we thinking it's something more diabolical. It ain't about food. You already eating poison. Everybody like, oh, it's going to be GMO. It's going to be man meat and homemade griddle cakes. No. You're eating that already. We've been eating that for the last 20, 30 years. All of the things that everybody right now is scared to eat, the magic meat and everything else, the GMO and the what's that stuff that T-Nog told me about that they spraying on the fruit. They already do it. We've been eating that stuff forever. It's not new. That's not new. Everybody is being distracted by what they think. Crickets, you eat crickets anyway. You know why people they trying to make, I hear this a lot. They making potato chips out of crickets and bugs. They've been doing that. If you purchase any canned food in your whole life, that's already in the can and you don't even know it. They cannot keep at least 30% of pests, rodents, bugs, insects out of the food that's being processed. You go do the research yourself. No, I don't have to do research because I used to work at a place called Hunt's where we made tomato paste. And you literally see mice, rats, bugs, grasshoppers, crickets, roaches in the grinder going up the conveyor belt to go turn that into a nice can of soup. So all of that, people be too much on TV. Ain't nothing different. Do me a favor. Go do the research yourself. You ain't got to believe me. There is no food out there that's 100% free of rodents, even human parts, because people fingernails fall in it, pieces of your finger get cut off. Where do you think it go when you get hurt on the line? In your food. Rats is in it. You think they whole factory is free of mice and rats? No. Let's be realistic. So the little guy at the gate, his main game plan ain't about food. His main game plan is to buy up all this land so you can never own any of it. Imagine that. Don't that make way more sense? Thank you, life is good. Complete, full control. That's the difference between a landowner and a renter. A landowner, you can't control me. A renter, I can make you move like a puppet on a string. If I tell you your rent go up, you got to work more hours, and you got to work more hours to stay in this apartment. If I tell you you can't have company after 11 p.m., you going to stop having company. If I tell you can't park your car here, you ain't going to park your car here. If I tell you that now you got to pay to park your car here, you got to pay to park your car here. That's the difference between land and home ownership and renting. Pure, uncut control of you, your life, and anything that has anything to do with you in your life. Everybody keep thinking this is some television show. It's not. That little dude at the gate, it's about control. It ain't about what you eating in your food. He could give a damn less. Who cares? You know? Everybody's so worried about the magic meat, but they don't even understand that's a distraction by itself. Let me tell you this. And I'm going to tell you what I was talking to my wife about. Listen to this true story. Just so you on the level that I'm on. And this is just my brain working here, okay? You know how many people heard that they about to start making lab meat? Magic meat is what I call it. How many people, raise your hand, heard about them making magic meat? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I know everybody heard. I ain't even gonna wait for the hands to come up, but keep on throwing them hands up. Let me hip you on to something. How I know it's just a distraction for something more diabolical. You think them making magic meat in the lab is diabolical. Everything that they're just now coming out showing you today, they've been doing it. I think I heard African Dreamers say this too last week. Everything that thank you, Rashawn, thank you for that. Everything that they showing you today been done for the last 20 or 30 years. They're just like, now, we don't give a damn what you know. You ain't gonna stop eating it. It's no different than the drug dealer on the schoolyard. It's no different than the drug dealer on the schoolyard. This one is for free. We're gonna let you get this one off for free, right? Okay. You don't know what this drug was, but after a while you liked it, you got hooked on it. Next thing you know, you going to seek out the man that gave you this drug looking for more. Over the last 20 or 30 years, that's what's been happening. See, the people that ain't never lived in the hood or lived in the ghetto don't understand. They can't make the connection between reality and hood shit. And this is what it is. Over all this 20, 30 years, all the system, the drug dealer on the schoolyard, has been giving us free samples of what we're all about to be addicted to. Think about it. Think about this. If the drug dealer was on the schoolyard passing out drugs, do you think he's going to tell you, son, if when you use this, your teeth going to fall out, you're going to be you're going to be in love with more than Twizzlers, okay? Your teeth going to fall out. Your hairline, this piece of the all girls hairline is going to be missing for some reason. I still never figured that out. I didn't know crack take this off for some reason. But do you think that kid would take that drug if he knew his life is going to be ruined? No. Do you think if you told that kid you're going to always be in the alley with your pants down or vice versa? No matter what the gender, no matter whether you want to do it or not, Do you think people would still want it? No. Here, freebies. We giving you freebies. And next thing you know, it end up being so good to you over time, you don't care what this do to you. That's why you come down the street, hey, baby boy, what's up, dog? Hey, you seen Roy? Hey, Roy, can a man get off me, man? I'm sorry, Roy. Look here. Man, you need your car wash or something? Huh? You need, no, you need I got a refrigerator. You don't need a more refrigerator. You need no more VCRs. I got about 4 VCRs, man. I don't got them on me, but I know I can get one. Give me about 15 minutes. After they know you hooked, they'll tell you, hey, oh, by the way, that's crack. You know? Oh, I know. I'm pretty sure that's what, I kind of thought that's what it was. Once he pulled his pants up, I kind of figured I'm doing this because that must be that stuff I heard about called crack. Sorry. The system has been doing this to us for the last 20 or 30 years. They've been giving us free samples of all the stuff that they're coming out now. We know what it is. Why is everybody so surprised? Magic meat. It's no surprise. You look. Do y'all think that they just came up with this last night and introduced magic meat to us on the news just recently? Do you think this just happened? Do you know, I remember way back in the 80s when they were talking about they cloned that goat or that sheep. Remember that? What you be trying to clone a goat for? Back then, I remember my daddy said, what the hell they doing that for? It's enough, it don't take nothing to squirt out another goat. Goats can have a bunch of babies. What they want to do, clone a goat for? Why you need to keep on making goats? They good at it. They good at making them damn selves. Right? Way back then, this was magic meat. We've been eating magic meat forever. Now, nobody ever even talked about whatever happened to that clone goat, that clone sheep. Once they figured out, hey, we can clone them, what do you think's in the burgers? Now, once I told you that, I'm going to tell you this. Again, this is what be going through my mind. Don't you think, this is why it's a distraction and it's already been given to us. We already been eating it. Don't you think that they would have had a better time trying to fool us into eating the magic meat or accepting? Think about this on yourself. Think about yourself. Wouldn't you have been a little more accepting of the magic meat if their first announcement would have been, this new discovery is so we can feed everybody on the planet. We just solved world hunger. Not one time have they announced, since they was talking about them, they made this magic meat. Not one time have they said this will solve world hunger, homelessness, and the money that's being spent is going to solve all of these problems in the inner city, and all the people that's wanting food and food stamps and low income. It would have kind of been a little bit more accepting if they said, well, damn, that's messed up that it's some lab meat, but at least nobody gonna die of hunger anymore. It would have made me and you accept it just a little more. Instead of them just coming out, hallelujah. I'm seeing my rooster for the first time pounce on one of these chickens. Hallelujah. It would have been a little more accepting if, instead of them coming out, today in the news, magic meat. Scientists have went and got some damn meat and then added some broccoli to it and made a damn chicken breast. We now see that report like, what? That's how we are now. But if they would have came out and was like, Scientists have figured out a way to fight world hunger. Today in the news on Channel 11, Magic Meat, the way to solve the world's hunger problems in third world countries and blah, blah, blah. We would have been like, dang, they done finally figured out how to feed everybody. The homeless people and the people down at the soup kitchen. Nope, that ain't do that. Not one time have not one report ever said anything about they're doing this so they can feed the homeless or feed the misfortunate or feed third world countries. They still got them. If you pay us 35 cents a week, we can feed this village of 400 people with this cup full of rice. They still doing that. They still on that. So now, don't it sound like more of a distraction from the real deal? We've been eating magic meat. There is no beef on the planet Earth that can supply these billions of McDonald's food chains. There is not that many cows on the planet. African Dreamer said something about that the other day. There is not this many chickens. I don't care how many chickens you got. It's just not this many chickens. You cannot supply every KFC, Church's Chicken, Bojangles, Popeyes. You cannot supply every chicken franchise in America alone. I don't care how many chicken farms we got. Think about it. We've been eating magic meat. We looking at the videos of the chicken factories and what the mistreatment of the chicken. We ain't even think about the dudes in the labs, in the back rooms, in the white coats. Them chickens is just out there for eggs. Them ain't even the ones that's you gonna eat. Them is chickens just for the eggs. The meat that's going in your dog, you gonna pick up in that tray with that damp mat under there, that juice mat. That's from the dudes in the back room in those white coats, in the lab coats. So, the real true reason that the little dude at the gate and his other buddies is buying up all the land, it's a simple solution. It's so none of us can ever own any land. Think about this, and I'm gonna let y'all go because I gotta go before it get dark. Listen to this. True story. True story. Listen. Maybe this, if I haven't hit you up yet and you still don't get it, I'm going to leave you with this. They've been trying to make it so we can't own jack since we came over on this rock. They have not fully been successful. They have destroyed a lot of our accomplishments, but we keep bouncing back like roaches. So how do we get rid of these mugs? How do we completely control them? Because bombing them don't work. Shooting them don't work. Jailing them don't work. How can we guarantee control all of them without calling it the S word again? Buy up all the land. And they got to do what we say. If we buy up every place there is to live, they got to do what we say. That's been the actual plan since we came over on this rock. That has been the ultimate plan, is to control and dominate everything. And they all just now figuring out, well, what if we just buy everything up? If we buy and control all the stores, all of their money, they'll go to work. Listen how this works. They'll go to work at our jobs, the place that we employ them. Think about this. This is really stupid. They got to go to work for us in these automotive plants that we own. Listen to this. They get their paycheck, their so-called paycheck, they think it's a paycheck. It's just another illusion. They get their paycheck at the end of the week and then turn around and got to go pay our light company for their energy. Then they got to go pay our water company, our energy, our gas, and then go buy the car that we just made them build. Ooh, this is getting good. The car that we just made them stay in that factory all day and night to go build. They're going to go and use the so-called magic money that we gave them to go buy that car and have to pay on it and stay at work or at the plantation longer so they can so-called afford it for the next 5 years. And then the little money that they think that they got left over, they're going to go out here and spend it on the stores and the shopping centers and the grocery stores that we own. Think about that. You don't have anything. They own you. And the only thing, like I said in the beginning of this video, is this. The only way out of this rat race is going to purchase your own land. It's just a rat maze, y'all. And every time you try to get out of it, they switch the damn maze up. Every time you get better and better at getting out the maze, once they find that rat, that just, you can't keep this rat in the maze. This rat is just too smart. This rat, he can smell freedom. This rat don't look for freedom. He can smell freedom. So no matter how we change the damn maze around, he can get out of it. You know what they do with that rat? When he finally get out that last trap, that last maze, it's a trap at the tunnel to get out. Get rid of that one. He too smart. He too smart for his own good. Get rid of that one. Because rats is smart. Remember, they look at us like rats. Rats is smart. What do rats do? One, everybody seen the movie Ben. Ben, the two of us, we look no more. Everybody seen Ben, right? Okay. Everybody wants they see the smartest rat. The rest of the rats, they ain't smart. But they ain't dumb enough to keep on failing. They're going to start following Ben, the lead rat, because Ben is smart. Ben is going to figure out how to get us out of here. Ben is going to help us get some food. Ben is going to get us some freedom. Man, ain't no different between them rats that I'm talking about from the movie Ben and us. Every one of our great leaders that almost had us getting up out this maze, we end up singing a song about them in elementary school, right? Mandela, Mandela, Mandela. Remember that song? Martin Luther King song. All of the songs. That's all we have left for the people that almost were trying to get us up out of that. If I'm lying, I'm flying. So, I'm going to leave y'all with this. This view right here. The only way out of that maze is to stop playing games and go buy you some doggone land. Before they do. Stop penny pinching people, talking about something, you going to talk them down. Them days is over. You lucky to even have found some land anymore, or lucky to have even found a house to be able to purchase, because these investors is going to buy up all them houses and you going to only be able to rent it. These investors is going to buy up all this land and you going to only be able to lease it or rent it. I'm just saying. I'm watching how this going down. And if I'm lying about, if you think I'm lying or pulling your chain about anything I've said today, go look at everything I've said word for word and go do your research and watch what you come up with. Just saying. I'm going to get out of here. Laird Farmer 73 and the Penitentiary. I really want y'all to see this sign. I'm proud of that. Laird Farmer 73. You see my big turkey in there. What's going on, Jive? So, Laird Farmer 73, everybody have a wonderful day. But please, put a little bit of this on your spirit. Think about it. Have a discussion with the family about it. Have a discussion. Because I'm telling you, everybody gonna have something to say. But drop a couple of them points that I've made. Just a little few of the things that I've been thinking on. It's all a distraction, man. They think everybody worrying about magic meat, stuff that you already been eating. Everybody worried about that. I ain't eating that. In the meantime, the little dude at the gate is buying up all the damn land. They think it's about magic meat. No, it's so you can't never own shit. That's why he doing it. That's why they all doing it. So you'll never own anything and you will be indebted to them for eternity. If they own everything, they own the stores, they own the employment, they own the land, they own the homes. You will literally be indebted to them for eternity. And not just you, your children, your children's children. Your children's children's children will never own anything. They will all be indebted to the master all over again. This will be called the plantation again. The United States is going to be a plantation. And there is, just like on a plantation, ain't no escaping. You can't escape if everything you do. And look, now, one thing, just to tighten this up another notch, even back then on the plantation, they didn't have technology. They didn't have cameras. They didn't have cameras to check your every move, checking you over there plotting to escape. It's cameras and it's microphones everywhere. You can't escape. Look, back then you could escape to freedom because nobody knew where you was going. Nobody knew where you ended up. They had to come look for you. They don't got to do that no more. Smartwatch, iPhone, it's a camera on every corner. It's cameras in the trees. It's cameras everywhere. How you keep thinking they keep catching all these people from escaping from prison and stuff? Cameras in the woods. Cameras in the woods. They just caught that one dude that escaped from prison last week. You know how they was hot on his trail? Because it was a camera in the middle of the forest for some reason. Nobody ever explained that. They seen him on a Ring doorbell. That was explainable. But why did they see him in the middle of the woods talking about he has changed his identity, he has shaved his face and everything? In the woods. Nobody ever said, I did. I said, how the hell they get a camera in the woods? He looked right at the camera too. Seen he had a clean shaven face. What the hell they have a camera in the woods for? With that being said, everybody, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for listening to me, but I gotta go tuck it in for the night because I got a long day tomorrow. Everybody, if you have any questions or you got your own story, you got your own testimony, put it down in the comment section below because I know you got a testimony about anything I just said. I know you do. I know you got a story. I know you frustrated with some of the people in your life, some of the people in your family that think you're the one that's crazy. That's it. Live from 7-3. I love you until you give me a reason not to. And I'm out. Peace. Freedom makers forever.